What if I told you that a simple piece of bent wire could trick a slot machine into paying out jackpots on demand? And that this device helped one man steal over $10 million from casinos all across America? In the 1980s and 90s, while casinos were investing millions in security, Tommy Glenn Carmichael was sitting in his garage with a coat hanger and a dream. He wasn't a computer genius or a master locksmith. He was a TV repairman who understood something that casino executives had completely overlooked. Every machine, no matter how sophisticated, has a mechanical vulnerability, and if you can find it, you can exploit it. What Carmichael created became known as the Monkey Paw, and it was so effective that he became the most wanted slot cheat in Nevada history. But here's the twist that makes his story absolutely insane. After getting caught and serving time, Tommy didn't just disappear. Instead, he became a millionaire by selling anti-cheating devices to the very casinos he had robbed. The man literally got paid twice, once by stealing from casinos and again by protecting them. Tommy Carmichael started small. In the early 1980s, a friend introduced him to a device called a top-bottom joint. This was a primitive tool that used a metal wire to trick older mechanical slot machines into thinking they'd hit a jackpot. Tommy was fascinated. He started taking machines apart, studying their internal mechanisms, learning how they detected coins and registered wins. Back then, slot machines were purely mechanical, using physical levers, gears, and springs. The top-bottom joint worked by completing an electrical circuit that triggered the payout. Tommy used this device successfully for a while, making decent money hitting small casinos across the Southwest. But in 1985, he got caught and was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Most people would have given up. Tommy, however, spent his time in prison thinking about the future of slot machines. He knew the industry was moving toward electronic and computerized systems. The old mechanical tricks wouldn't work anymore. He needed to evolve. When Tommy got out of prison in 1987, Las Vegas had transformed. The mechanical slots were disappearing, replaced by video slots and electronic machines that used optical sensors to detect coins. These new machines were supposed to be cheat-proof. Casino executives were confident that the age of slot cheating was over. Tommy looked at these machines and saw opportunity. He bought a used electronic slot machine and brought it home. For months, he disassembled it, studied every component, and traced every wire. He discovered that these new machines used a light sensor to count coins and register plays. He realized that if he could manipulate that sensor, he could trick the machine into giving him free credits. That's when he invented the Monkey Paw. It was brilliantly simple. It was a flexible metal rod, about a foot long, with a bent tip that resembled a monkey's paw, hence the name. The entire device could be made from a guitar string and a piece of spring steel. Tommy would insert this tool up through the coin payout chute until it reached the optical sensor inside. By carefully manipulating the wire, he could block and unblock the light sensor in a specific pattern. This confused the machine's logic board, making it think coins were being inserted when they weren't, or that a jackpot had been hit. With the right moves, Tommy could force the machine to dump its entire coin hopper. The beauty of the Monkey Paw was that it left no evidence. No forced entry, no damaged components, no trace that anyone had tampered with the machine. Casino staff would find an empty machine and just assume it had legitimately paid out. Tommy didn't work alone for long. He recruited a team, teaching them how to use the Monkey Paw effectively. They developed a system. Team members would scout locations, identify vulnerable machines, and execute hits during busy periods when security was distracted. A team member would sit at a machine, play a few legitimate spins to appear normal, then discreetly insert the Monkey Paw when no one was looking. Within seconds, the machine would start paying out. The operator would collect the coins, cash out, and leave before anyone noticed a pattern. They hit truck stops, convenience stores, bars, anywhere that had slot machines. Tommy's operation expanded across Nevada, California, Arizona, and eventually went nationwide. The money came in fast. Tommy and his team were pulling tens of thousands of dollars per week from machines all over the country. They refined their techniques constantly, learning which machine models were most vulnerable and what times of day were safest. Tommy himself would often stay behind the scenes, manufacturing monkey paws and training new team members while his operatives did the casino work. He was making so much money that he bought a house, luxury cars, and lived a very comfortable life. But casino security was starting to notice something strange. Certain machines were emptying their coin reserves far more frequently than statistical probability allowed. Surveillance teams began reviewing footage more carefully, looking for patterns. In the early 1990s, security experts from multiple casinos shared information and realized they were all experiencing the same type of losses. Someone had found a way to beat the new electronic slots. The Nevada Gaming Control Board launched a major investigation. They brought in technical experts to examine machines that had been hit. Eventually, they discovered tiny scratch marks inside the coin chutes and realized someone was inserting a device through the payout slot. They enhanced surveillance footage and finally captured clear images of Tommy's team members using the Monkey Paw. In 1996, Tommy Carmichael was arrested again, this time with overwhelming evidence. Investigators found dozens of monkey paws in his possession, detailed records of hits, and testimony from team members who had turned informant. Tommy was convicted and sentenced to more prison time. The judge warned him that if he was caught cheating again, he would face decades behind bars. Tommy was now in his 50s, facing the possibility of spending the rest of his life in and out of prison. That's when he made a decision that changed everything. While serving his sentence, Tommy had an idea that was either genius or completely insane. If he couldn't beat the slot machines anymore, maybe he could make money stopping other people from beating them. He knew every trick, every vulnerability, every method that cheaters use because he had either invented or perfected them. When he got out of prison in 1998, Tommy approached casino companies with a proposal. He would design anti-cheating devices that protected slot machines from the very techniques he had pioneered. The casinos were skeptical at first, but Tommy demonstrated his knowledge so convincingly that they realized he was their best asset. He partnered with a gaming security company and developed devices that detected foreign objects inserted into machines, sensors that recognized manipulation, and security systems that flagged suspicious payouts. His inventions became the industry standard. Casinos across the world installed Tommy's anti-cheating technology, paying him royalties and consulting fees. The irony is almost unbelievable. Tommy Carmichael stole an estimated $10 million from casinos using the Monkey Paw and other devices. He served relatively short prison sentences for his crimes. Then he became a legitimate millionaire by selling the solution to the problem he had created. He gave interviews, appeared in documentaries, and became a respected figure in gaming security. His monkey paw is now displayed in casino security museums as an example of ingenious criminal innovation. Tommy himself has said he regrets the cheating but not the journey, because it led him to a legitimate career he never could have imagined. He proved that slot machines weren't as secure as casinos believed, and in doing so, he forced an entire industry to evolve. Today's slot machines are exponentially more secure than the ones Tommy targeted, largely because of the vulnerabilities he exposed. Sometimes the best security expert is a former thief, and Tommy Carmichael's story is the ultimate example of turning criminal genius into legitimate success. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this story as wild as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. See you in the next one.